Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Destiny 2. So we're going to continue today's story. I think we have to go speak to Riven, is what I read. Yeah, speak with Riven. Cool. Before I do that actually, let me check. In here... Caps. In the Temple of the Queen's Wrath in Riven's Lair. So there is one in Riven's Lair again, good to know. I'm assuming the first one is going to be in the quest we do this week, but we'll find out, I suppose. Oh, there's 3 more. Okay. Chamber of Starlight, Bay of Drowned Wishes, Affiliate. Okay. So the 3 lost sectors plus Queen's Wrath in Riven's Lair. Okay. I'm making a guide for all these cats, so I need to know where they are. Hello. Oh yeah, also, the ones we saved last week. One of them is just hanging out with Mara, and the other one... they're just hanging around this place, which is kind of funny. I like this a lot. Over here, I think I found him. Yeah. Staring at a door. You can hear them purring if you listen closely. It's kind of great. Anyway. Let us keep going. What's up, Riven?
A timely arrival, Guardian. Another egg from my clutch will soon pass by our reality. You should prepare to claim it. It is a strange turn of events that they were cast into the Ascended Plane. Strange, but not unintentional, I suspect. Ask yourself, who would benefit from such a situation? Who wields the requisite mastery over the ley lines? Who has a history of sequestering the Ahamkara to keep them hidden?
The 9.
I said before that I do not trust Mara.
Oh, Mara. I see. Makes sense.
Tell me, do you?
I mean...
she offers you
kind of.
praise and gifts.
Not particularly.
You a share of her power. Is she so different from an Ahamkara? From me? Do you truly believe she wishes for nothing in return? Know this, Guardian. I have been forthright about what I stand to gain from our arrangement. A future for my otherwise extinct kind. Mara, on the other hand, what does she stand to gain?
The survival of her people. The same thing, actually. I mean, obviously, she's just trying to sow division here, as is her wont. But, I don't know. Anyway. Riven welcomes you back to the Dreaming City and bids you to delve into her lair once more, as another egg will soon pass within reach of your reality. She insists that it is not by her doing that the eggs have been scattered across the Ascendant Plane. Riven asks you to consider who might stand to gain from such a development. It insinuates that Queen Mara could be motivated to keep the eggs hidden. Indeed. Excuse me. I'm gonna be coughing a lot. I am still sick. Annoyingly.
The Techian's calculations look promising so far. The next egg should be close. Be cautious. The Taken have already gained a foothold here.
They spread their influence with mindless fervor, much like awoken royalty.
Interesting.
Wrath of the Queen, this is not your fight. Somewhere out there, a pack of doomed corsairs waits for you.
I'll be there. They know I'll always be there.
You want to help them. You would do anything.
I will. Without you.
Interesting. Trying to tempt Petra, which makes sense, I suppose. I'm now pretty familiar with this because I did a bunch of runs of Coil, which, by the way, best seasonal activity they've added in a very long time. Coil is very, very good. Might even be worth doing like a full video on it, honestly. I assume, yeah. I can't collect Starglass, so I can't get through any of these doors, unfortunately. Temple of Queen's Wrath.
Commanding will, the Taken return to more
This is where the cat is.
Basic directives. Their corruption may reshape these halls. Deal with them before the path collapses around us.
Gonna light a couple of lights. Oops. I did not have restoration up, turns out. My bad. All three done and a boss, I think, is probably what we're gonna get. There we go. Now we have resto up. Oh, that's the boss. He looks too similar to the rest of them. That's the issue. Alright, sweet. So apparently, somewhere in here is a cat. I guess we check behind first. Okay, there it is. Sweet. Give me a second.
Obstacles in our path.
I'll wait for this, Laura.
Our efforts, all while we seek to save your eggs. Is gloating over the ruin you made of our home worth losing them forever?
You set the snare, then complained that I refused to lay my neck within it. To beg and weep for what you desire, that is not in me.
Interesting. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna just record part of the section of my video for the cats. So I'll be back with you guys momentarily. Alright, I'm back. So I just recorded the cat part of my video in the middle there, because it saves me time later. It's nothing, it's just a glowing light. Alright, let's keep going. Alright. Guess I'll clear my darkness before I run through the next portal. Why not? Lord Weaver's dispatched. VGTH. We get a rally banner for this one, which makes it even easier.
That beast is a nexus of corruption. Such a high concentration of energy will destabilize the ley lines. Destroy it, or our efforts end here.
Need to kill all these 3. Invading Darkness is building very slowly currently, so I'm not too worried about that. I can kind of just go here. One down. Last one over here. Alright, perfect. Boss. Nice. Egg. Easy enough.
Another egg secured. Well done, Guardian.
The Taken aren't the only creatures attempting to thwart us. Riven seeks to entangle us in another loop, to keep us chasing down her clutch while the Witness runs rampant.
If this is a game, it suits your purposes. Sealing the eggs away, buying time for your broken warlock to cheat me. You have my terms. See this through, or make peace with your fate.
Interesting. There are two sides of the equation, neither of which trusts the other. And I think they're probably both wrong. I think they're probably both being played by someone. Maybe the 9? But I don't see why the 9 would side with the Witness. There's a bunch of lore about the 9 being all worried, let's say, about the Ahamkara. They were the ones kind of that... I don't know if they convinced the Guardians to start the Great Hunt, but they, at the very least, they were on the side of the Guardians in the Great Hunt. Because they saw the existential threat of the Ahamkara, so maybe they're doing it just to stop Riven, but... I don't know, that's... Savathun's also obviously a choice. Whenever there's trickery involved, Savathun is always one that pops to my mind, but... I don't understand what would be in it for Savathun. Honestly. I think for now, Savathun and us are pretty much on the same page, because she doesn't like the Witness very much. The conclusion, after all of that rambling, is I don't know who stole the eggs. I don't think it's Mara, it seems silly. It's counterintuitive to what she wants. I don't think it's Riven, because counterintuitive to what she wants. I don't know, exactly. Holo projector. Hey, Petra.
You've made excellent progress, but the remainder of the clutch will never reach us if they remain on their current trajectories. Queen Mara and her Techians once communed with the Harbingers, entities that can traverse the weft and weave of the ley lines. Mara's personal Harbinger can bring the clutch home, but she'll need to guide it with a signal. We need you to retrieve a Starlight Lodestone. It's a channeling medium the Queen can use to signal the Harbinger. All this to help Riven while the Dreaming Halls remain locked in her curse. The temporal loop that binds the Dreaming City could continue to plague the reef indefinitely. I wish my people could rest. I wish I could aid the trapped Corsairs across our shores. But Riven's curse is just a preamble compared to the final shape. The Witness seeks to finish what it started with the collapse. And so we remain occupied. And Rhea Sylvia burns. I regret we can do no more to advance your position in the field, But I'll be in touch as soon as the Queen finishes her communion.
Interesting. I don't know a whole lot about Harbinger lore, to be honest, but Petra reports that the plan is working, but the remaining eggs won't pass as close to your reality for quite some time. Mara has a plan to address that, but the Techians need to prepare a special regent for her first, a Starlight Lodestone. Located within the Chamber of Starlight, the Dreaming City, Petra goes on to lament the state of the Dreaming City, likening it to the final shape. With the witness so close to achieving its goals, your priority must remain to secure the eggs as soon as they enter your reality. Alright everyone, we're back. I'm not on Strand. I'm used to being on Strand. I lived. I kind of just yeet myself off cliffs now because I assume I have a grapple, but you know, probably not the smartest of ideas. Alright, so apparently, somewhere at the end of this lost sector is where we need to go. This is hard on Hunter, apparently. No, it ain't a jump! I'm used to doing this on Titan, because this is how I speedrun the fucking... It's how I speedrun it on Titan, but it's harder with Hunter jumps, honestly.
How many ceremonies did I attend here? They weren't all lofty, serious affairs.
Mikado 45. That's new.
The lights, the singing.
And the cat.
I wish you could remember it.
Interesting. That's an interesting line. I wish you could remember it. Is that because I'm awoken? I wonder if you get that line if you're playing as a human and or a exo. You might not, actually.
Inkasi is slain, until she rises again. She'll go on haunting the Chamber of Starlight forever. Shiro-chi says, if beautiful places cannot survive, why fight at all? I'll have to come up with an answer for her. Bring back the Lodestone Guardian. Let's move on.
I'm really tempted to play this part with my Titan, because my Titan isn't awoken. My other two characters are both awoken, but my Titan is an exo. So I kind of want to play this section and see whether or not her dialogue changes there about, I wish you could remember it. Because the only way I could remember it is because, you know, I'm awoken, right? Is the idea. That's interesting. There is a bunch of places in the Dreaming City where they do change dialogue. Specifically, all of the people in here will call you cousin if you're an awoken. They won't call you cousin if you're not. They'll just call you guardian. That's a cool bit of differential dialogue if they could, if it's how it works. Alright, anyway. The cat's there, by the way. I'm going to do it in my main video, but I found it when I was in here.
So this is what? The third bargain we've struck with a compulsive liar?
Having your back to the wall is never a good feeling.
It's so much worse. Being back in the Dreaming City.
Now that you remember?
I know every inch of it. The gardens, the palace. How it used to be. Before Riven's curse.
Oh. Crow.
If it wasn't for me, the curse would never have happened.
Riven used you. Used us. Our grief, our desperation. I wanted vengeance more than anything. The truth is, if I thought hiding from my guilt would help anyone, I'd be on the far side of the system.
You don't think we're just making the same mistake?
Uldren used to say, if you don't like the odds, don't sit at the table. Trusting Riven is a risk, but without her, We have no way of pursuing the witness. I'd rather risk failing than wait here for the final shape.
Right there with you.
Interesting. Hollow projector.
Guardian, we are coming to the final moments. These choices, these risks, they mean everything. Mara requests that I provide some small measure of insurance should Riven prove too perilous a gamble. I've learned the Veil is linked to the Traveler, that this link was not created. It is a primal truth of their existence, a pairing. The Witness accessed this link through your ghost. The motions of what it did are written in the Veil's own memory. But like an incantation, without the ritual, the understanding, the words, so to speak, the motions are useless. My attempts to recreate what the Witness did, to follow it, have been inadequate. And dangerous. I must temper my ambitions. The Veil is the power of consciousness, made manifest in our physical world. It whispers an electromagnetic language that resonates with our minds. One that can be deciphered, but not by the laws we wield in this universe. It's no easy task. If there is another way to follow the Witness, I'll find it here, on Neptune. It will take time, as all things do. Continue to aid Mara, and I will uncover what knowledge I can.
Interesting. So Osiris is looking for a contingency. It also makes sense that the Veil and the Traveler have always been interconnected. I think we technically knew that from a couple of lore tabs, and it's implied pretty heavily in a couple of lore videos. Or the lore cutscenes, I should say. But that makes sense how the Witness could use our ghost, because the ghost is a bit of the Traveler, right? Technically. Osiris provides you with an update to the investigations of the Veil. His attempts to find a way through the portal continue to be unsuccessful, though he's gained more insight into its connection to the Traveler, and thus the connection between the light and darkness. He's been able to determine how the Veil opened the way to the Pale Heart within the Traveler, but has yet determined a way to replicate that effect. That's what he was talking about, like an incantation. Like, you understand the science behind it, but not the specifics of how to recreate it. Let's go speak to Riven again. Hello.
Another egg safely retrieved. I may have to make good on my word. Though from what the Techyons whisper, the rest will prove more elusive. Mara may have to take drastic measures to catch them. All reward requires risk. Mara knows this truth better than most. That is what first enticed me to stay with the Sov siblings. Their penchant for adventure. Their unquenchable ambition. Each of them deliciously reckless in their own way. Your crow hides it well, but I can still smell Aldrin's daring nature on him. Imagine what he could accomplish if only he'd embrace it. Ah, but you charge headlong into danger without a second thought. All for the promise of power. I knew from the first moment I set eyes on a light bearer that your kind would change everything for the Ahamkara. And oh, how right I was.
Another egg safely retrieved. I may have to make good on my word. Riven commends you for securing another egg. She reflects on her early days with Mara and Uldra and admits she admired their daring natures. That daring nature is what makes Crow such a good hunter, by the way. She sees guardians as similarly driven to enormous risk by their allure of power. I know from the first moment I set my eyes on a light bearer that your kind would change everything for the Ahamkara. For now, change must wait until the Tachyons have located the remaining eggs. I need to make room. Don't really care about an opening shot incandescent, if I'm being perfectly frank. Perfect. I assume we have more law.
Queen Mara, I hail you now out of necessity of the heart. Else I feel as though I will burst into solar flame. Long have I admired you from afar, ever since you graced me with your power and benevolence in the Reef Wars.
Interesting.
Not a day goes by without me thinking back to the time you bade me repay that debt to you. How we spent hours together, long into the night.
Interesting.
Would that you spirit me to your side again, to serve as your consort, your knight, your humble vassal, anything to be near you. I beg you to grant me an audience once more. Please give me the gift and the privilege of basking in your favor. For without you, I shall wither and crumble into dust, to be scattered across the cosmic winds.
This again? You and I both know he sounds nothing like that, Riven.
Ah, I see. It's kind of great.
Perhaps I should use a voice with which you are even more intimately familiar. How about...
Do not speak her name.
As you wish, O Majesty mine.
Okay, I was gonna say, Shax isn't usually so much of a simp, but that was just Riven fucking with her. Her name, by the way, I'm gonna assume is Shiraido. It's the one woman that Mara actually loved. And who is long dead, unfortunately. I thought it just seemed out of character for Shax, but I didn't even consider, yeah, we're dealing with Riven. She can just, you know, mimic people. Literally for a laugh, seemingly, is all she's doing here. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this week in quests. I don't think there's any more to do. Demo killing tally. It's not a bad roll, but whatever. Attrition orbs, moving target. Cool. Light and action hatchling. Not what I want. Alright, so I think that's gonna be it. Let me just check the quest, make sure there's nothing else. Marisov will call upon you once Tachyons have calculated the location. Sure. Right, we have seasonal triumphs to claim. Can I be bothered waiting until other people are on before I claim them? Probably not. Just give me my levels, why not? Puts me to level 35. Don't think I care about another dragon's breath, so it can fuck off. Well, that pushes me up so I can get solo operative. Nice. I might actually go do my solo dungeon now. I was kind of just waiting for this perk, to be perfectly honest. Because 15% damage just makes things easier. I haven't even really attempted solo yet. I figured I would wait until I got solo operative, but now I've got it. I might actually go do some attempts. Anyway. That's going to be it for the video. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time, where we'll continue more story, I suppose. Now I'm off to film myself collecting some cats, eh? Anyway, see you next time, guys.